one very important business lesson that I learned from landscaping, and a free gift for you on Quick Sustainable Wealth TV. Hi, this is Robert Scrove. Welcome to Quick Sustainable Wealth TV. I'm at my pool, a place where I love to come for relaxing, reading, and even writing. I've got a very neat lesson that I learned from landscaping of all places. I don't do landscaping myself. It's, we've got a guy who does it all for us. But irrespective of that, I did learn by checking out what he does. And by pointing, I want this bush trimmed back, we need to cut this way back, or we got these roses we need to trim back. I found that by trimming, you spur growth, and growth happens. And I wonder, does that really happen in business? Well, I actually discovered that in fact it does. Just a few years ago, I had a business and I had a lot of clients, and I had bought it, and after 2 years, I had really worked these clients hard, really tried to grow this thing, but I wasn't making anything. I wasn't making any money. At the end of the year, I had just a few $100 to show for a year's worth of work. And I really started analyzing my clients and figured out who was profitable, where I was making my money from, and I figured out that I was making my profit, 80% of it was coming from only 20% of my clients. Well, it was difficult, but I got rid of the 80% that weren't making me any money. And that also required me to get rid of employees, to get rid of overhead, and to get rid of a lot of stuff that wasn't serving me or my business. It was a huge pruning. I can tell you that process involved cussing, involved yelling at me, accusations by the employees, talk that I was destroying the company. But in the end, within just a few months, I was making thousands of dollars a month. And all it required was a lot of pruning, pruning clients, pruning expenses, and all of a sudden I was spurred for growth. And I haven't looked back. I've been able to multiply myself many times. I was able to have a whole lot more time. It was that pruning, while scary and trying and difficult as chopping off a branch would be to a plant, was to me, and it may very well be to you, but it's the secret to success. So many of us add things. We think we got to add a client. We got to add more projects. We got to add a marketing system. We got to add a new system. We got to add a new business process. We got to add software. We think that success comes from doing more. Success and growth often comes from pruning. Look at what you can prune. Where does your profit come? Where are the most viable growth opportunities? And get rid of everything else. Start with only what serves your purpose, and that is the secret to growth. Also, coming up next week on Quick Sustainable Wealth TV, I've got a neat analogy all about driving a car that I think you're going to really enjoy, and it gives a neat perspective on how a business really works. But first, before I go, I have a free gift for you. The 6 criteria I use to evaluate any business, I recorded into a special video. Whether I'm getting into a business for the startup, to buy, or as a joint venture, I always use 6 criteria to evaluate whether it's a business for me. And I've recorded a video that reveals those criteria for you so that maybe you can use them in your own work. That video is at quicksustainablewealth.com. It's quicksustainablewealth.com. Well, until next week when I have my neat driving your business story, I'll talk with you then at Quick Sustainable Wealth TV.